Hello, I'm Steve Thompson. This is a presentation I gave at DeMontfort University last year at the kind invitation of David Wortley. In this presentation I showed the various movies that I'd produced over some 5 years in Second Life, and so I thought I'd voice over this presentation to make a movie to show people some of these films that were made in Second Life. I called the presentation Engaging Communities, The Great Adventure, and it certainly was a terrific adventure making these movies, so on we go. So like a lot of people, I checked out Second Life and I thought, what on earth is this all about? And then I heard about a thing called Machinima, which is the making of movies in virtual worlds, games engines and Second Life, and I formed a virtual acting troupe called the Stroud Players. And I then started to run workshops to get people involved and to explore the possibilities of making movies in Second Life. And in fact, the interesting thing is that virtually all the activities that happen in the real world of making movies exist in the virtual world as well, such as script writing, design, set, characters, acting, voiceover artists, directing. And over the following years we made 3 feature films in Second Life, and we had the premiere for each one at Saltburn Community Theatre. We ran a matinee and an evening performance each time, and they were very well attended. But this began with a visit to Skinningrove to talk to councillors Barry Hunt and Tommy Evans. They wanted to campaign for funds to regenerate Skinningrove Jetty, which you see here, and they wondered if we could envision this in virtual reality. They were actually referring to the university's Hemispherium, which no longer exists, so I suggested we could build a revamped jetty in Second Life. So, proof of concept, we built a very basic jetty which wasn't much more than an oblong block, and we created a brief video to show what we were planning to do.
Welcome to Skinningrove. I'm Tom Evans, and I'd like to welcome you to the Skinningrove Jetty. As you can see, it's in really bad disrepair, and it's our hope to refurbish it and bring it into a tourist attraction as it's on the Cleveland Way.
Hello and welcome to the future. Barry Hunter here reporting from the Skinningrove Jetty as it could look. Come with me and we'll take a trip on my boat. Okay, so it's not really Skinningrove Jetty. We're actually on Cedar Island in Second Life. Using this technology we could create a vision of how we would like to regenerate the jetty. So here we're building the new jetty in dry dock. Only a few years ago this could only be done by highly skilled technicians using millions of pounds worth of equipment. Now we can build it for ourselves.
So having built the proof of concept, we then wanted to build a full-scale jetty, and we needed somewhere to do this. So I went before the community in Cedar Island and made a presentation there and asked for permission to build the jetty on Cedar Island, and their approval was granted. The idea was that we would build the jetty and we would enact the future, the sort of future where we would have celebrations going on, children from the schools singing, boat trips and special attractions, and of course the local MP Ashok Kumar would preside over all this and make a speech at the cutting of the ribbon. And so as we started to build, I got some help from people on Cedar Island, and we ended up with 2 jetties, one that looked like it does now and one that looks like it does in the future. And so another friend of mine playwright Tom Kelly wrote a little script for us to make use of the two jetties, and doing this we were able to see the transformation from the derelict jetty to how it could look in the future.
You know, Barry, the more I think about it, I'm starting to believe this can really happen.
I like to think so, Tommy.
Well, it's gone from an idea
To a reality.
You don't like to say too much in case it falls apart.
Yeah, let's keep a lid on it until we can shout it from the cliff tops.
But we must be due some good luck.
Yes, long overdue, Tommy. I think our dreams will come true this time.
Ashok Kumar kindly recorded his speech for us, and then we made an avatar, a lookalike of Ashok, who would appear in Second Life making this speech.
I will shortly cut the ribbon to open the jetty, and we will then hear a song from Whitecliff Primary School, who are waiting for us on the brand new section at the end of the jetty.
Real people from the community were very much involved in this, and here we have some of the Skinningrove people making the sounds of the morning walk to the jetty to hear the MP's speech.
Okay!
Local school children played their part as well.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a song now from the children of Whitecliff Primary School. Please welcome the children of Whitecliff Primary School. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have a song now from the children of Whitecliff Primary School. Please welcome the children of Whitecliff Primary School. Okay.
And then we had the premiere at Saltburn Community Theatre, with the Mayor of Redcombe Cleveland, Mike Findlay, presiding. The Mayor was most interested in the subject of the film and asked to visit the jetty in real life. And one very misty day we visited the jetty. And there we are on the end. From left to right, Councillor Barry Hunt, myself, the Mayor of Redcombe Cleveland, Mike Findlay, and his wife Judith, and on the right, Tommy Evans, Parish Councillor. And then Mike wanted to visit the virtual jetty in the lab in the university, and then he came and saw himself standing on the jetty. And then he invited us to council chambers, and the elected members visited, and we were able to talk to them about our plans and why we'd made this film and what we were trying to do to refurbish the jetty. And then Mike had a special request. He wanted to be in a movie too.
Hello, my name is Mike Findlay. In May 2011, I retired after 8 years as a councillor on Redcar and Cleveland Council. In June 2005, I was diagnosed with motor neuron disease, which is a condition that has no treatment or a cure. In 2007, I was told I had one of the slower types of the condition called primary muscular atrophy. In 2008, I was elected Mayor of Redcar and Cleveland. One of the events I attended during that year was a premiere of virtual films, which included the Skinningrove Jetty. And that's where I met Steve, Barry and Tommy. And I wanted to get involved within that project. Steve was making a film and I wanted to be involved in it.
Hey Tommy, the boy from Redcar and Cleveland's coming in.
Who's the guy in the red cape?
Superman?
No, it's the Mayor of Redcar and Cleveland.
Good afternoon, Your Worship. I'm Councillor Barry Hunt and this is Councillor Tommy Evans.
Good afternoon. I wonder if you'd like to have a walk along the jetty with us.
Thank you for inviting me to the future to see Skinningrove Jetty. The one thing I've learnt about people in this part of the world is that they are very proud of their history and their heritage. Because of the MND is progressing within my fingers, I can't use the keyboard on the computer. So now I'm using what is called Dragon Natural Speech Recognition. This allows me to use the computer without using my fingers and gives me total independence in doing the things I need to do. Technology helps me to do things that are very difficult or maybe even impossible. But in the virtual world, I can even fly.
And the following year we made a second film, the most adventurous to date, and this one was called The Force Is With You. This was quite complex in terms of sets, props, storyline and locations, and the theme was antisocial behaviour. So of course this involved the police and school children, communities, and also the voices of people from Lithuania, Finland and Austria. In January 2010, I happened to be at a series of workshops in Vienna. With the screening date being just a month away, it became necessary to do some editing in my hotel room. I gathered a group of people also at the workshops from Latvia, Lithuania and Finland to provide some voiceovers. These people have remained involved ever since, and the next sequence shows our work in room 202 of the Karolinnenhof in Vienna. They run home because they're frightened of the bad men.
When we break there. And did you see them jump out of the way when we was doing a ton to their village?
Those kids are going to get wet now we've nicked the lid off their roof!
And did you see them jump out of the way when we was doing a ton to their village?
No, they're assholes.
That's an outtake, a good outtake.
Just one more from you.
Right.
Get your big breath.
And blow the rest of home when we'll break their little playtime.
The opening sequence of The Force Is With You took ages to make, with Councillor Barry Hunt flying a barely noticeable space shuttle across the screen. He crashed several of them before we got our final take. We go to great lengths to get the right sounds and effects for these movies.
Slightly less busy. Right. In again.
Well, in the video about the police, we needed to get a scuffle of someone being arrested. So what we were doing is just getting the sounds of, like as if people were arresting someone and shoving him in the back of the police van. So that's what we were scuffling about out there, getting the actual sound. Right.
Mark 1, Mark 2. There's our man. Lock him up.
Oh, come on, Arthur. Come in with us.
We're under arrest. Come with us now.
Oh, it looks like bus has arrived, Barry.
It looks like Arthur's got a one-way ticket to Loftus Police Station.
And of course, in these movies, we do all our own stunts. In 2011, we produced what was definitely the most sophisticated of the trilogy of films. This ran to 20 minutes and involved again the police, schools, communities and Skinningrove History Group, as well as participants from all over Europe. The third movie was based on the premise that in the previous movie the police had left a time machine unguarded standing in the street.
Hey, Tommy, they've gone off and left that TARDIS standing there.
So they have, Barry. Any couple of idiots could walk in and just start it up.
And if I remember rightly, that thing travels through time and space.
We'd best leave it alone then, Barry.
Well, perhaps just a quick look.
It's a bit dark in here, Barry. I'll just switch on the light.
No, Tommy, no!
Oh, heck, Barry. I think we're going back.
And not to the future, Tommy, we're going back to the past.
Oh, no. Our lass will kill me. We're supposed to go shopping on a Wednesday.
Our international voiceover artists were once again involved. The voice artists in Finland, Lithuania and Austria collaborated with us using SoundCloud, and local voice artists also provided characterizations.
Just a minute, you do need to be hyperventilating and stressed out about stuff, so right, just let me tell you, this is going straight on YouTube after this session, right?
Cheers.
Are you stressed?
Yes, definitely. Smith! Smith, you idiot! You're shooting at the British planes! I've had a complaint from HQ about you.
You do work better under stress, yeah, that's right.
Look out! Get down!
Smith! Smith! You idiot! You're shooting at the English planes! I've had a complaint from HQ about you.
Sorry, Sarge, but they all look the same to me. How am I supposed to know?
That, Smith, is the enemy. Spot the difference?
You idiots! You've reversed the polarity on the giggle shaft circuits and mangled the widget pistons. We may never be able to return home.
The thing is crashed.
I'm glad I got the polarity giggle shaft circuits right. That's the bit I was bloody worried about. Never mind mangled the widget pistons.
Inspector Bell.
Where did you come from?
I was just, never mind that. What have you two idiots been up to? You
idiots! You've reversed the polarity on the giggle shaft circuits and mangled the widget pistons. We may never be able to return home.
Well, I think we really have travelled through time.
Hey, Barry, the steelworks.
Okay, there's a Zeppelin that's going to fly over Skinningrove School tomorrow and cause the children to evacuate and take shelter in the mine. Unlike the real Skinningrove, we built a landing stage for the Zeppelin. Now if we actually go down into the village, we'll see Skinningrove School, and there's the school just up ahead. Now the houses here are a rough rendition of houses of that period, but the school is very accurate, built by my colleague Paul Lee. The children run out and make their way down the street to the mine to take shelter. Now if we go into the school yard and round here to the school field, we'll see a sign up ahead to Skinningrove Jetty, where another scene will be shot. So let's take a look at that. Okay. Oh, there's Skinningrove Beck. Looks like we have to jump in to get to the jetty. Here we go. Happy landings, here we are, Skinningrove Jetty. Circa 1915, when it was a working jetty. Let's take a look at the end. So there we go, Skinningrove Jetty, when it was in full use back in the day.
Once again, Whitecliff Primary School was involved, and they reenacted a dramatic episode from the school's history.
Loud, all right then.
3, 2, 1! Now calm down everyone, don't panic! I know where we'll all be safe. We'll take shelter in the mine.
We've been told not to go near the mine.
Don't worry, the miners will understand.
But what about me ma?
Don't worry, we'll collect all the mothers along the way. Now follow me to the mine. Come on everybody. Down to the mine. Come on everyone.
Hey, the Riverside building. Let's go in and have a cuppa.
No, Tommy, this is 1914. It's still a school. The kids will be busy with their classes.
Hey, Barry, what was that?
Well, I didn't notice anything. Now I heard that. What's going on?
I don't know. There's something not right. Oh my God!
A Zeppelin!
Now calm down everyone, don't panic! I know where we'll all be safe. We'll take shelter in the mine.
And here are our digital puppeteers, hard at work on a machinima scene. Yeah, I know it's just like watching paint dry, but we'll show you what they were working on right after that.
You're going to click on 15. Right, go back on. Go back to get it back on.
Yeah.
Where is it under gesture?
No, it's in the little blue button down on the left hand side.
So,
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
right, so I'm on 15. So I won't
Don't click on it
click.
yet.
But I haven't gone to the 15 surprise, I'm just on the blue button.
Click on the blue button so you can see 15 in front of you, ready to click on. Yeah?
Yeah.
If I say click on 15 now, would you be able to do it?
See the way it
I will
stands.
in a sec.
And after hours of work, here's the very short clip that they were working to produce.
Oh, we're lost. We'll never get home. We'll be stuck down here in the past and with all them rats.
What's that?
It's a Chilean rescue pod.
Charlie Bell?
How many times have I got to rescue you two? Come on, let's have another attempt at getting home.
In the movie we never get to see the Zeppelin pilot, and we thought that was a shame, so I asked the owner of the Karolinenhof Hotel in Vienna, Franz Naharada, to play the pilot, and he graciously obliged us with a great performance. Franz recorded his voice parts into SoundCloud, and we created the epilogue that you're about to see.
Everybody take your seats, please, and we will fly this thing home.
So what now? There is the beginnings of a sequel, the fourth film, but if you cast your mind back to the first film and the concept behind it, I'm happy to say that £3 million has been pledged for work on the jetty. Work begins on the jetty in 2015, so that's pretty much a success story, and that's what we set out to do.
You know, Tommy, sometimes dreams really do come true.
Yeah, you can say that again, Barry.
Sometimes dreams really do come true.